Okay, on the second one, solve for x. We are solving for x. Okay. The question says that we are having x to the power of 2 minus 5x is equals to 0. That's the second equation. Okay. Okay, let's see on this one how do we solve for x. So this one we have a lot of strategies that we can use, but in grade 9 standard we do not use the quadratic formula. Learners don't know quadratic formula so far, so we only use the method that we could actually generate your own. In grade 12 they will say it's a factor working, a synthetic or a wrong division, whatever method, but it is not supposed to be, because the highest degree learners can have it's x to the power of 2, and then the coefficient has to be divisible by 2, which means it has to be 2 to the power of 2x to the power of 2. Maybe the same equation, it can be 2x to the power of 2 minus 10 x minus 12 equals to 0. So what do we mean like this one? It means for this number, all of them are divisible by 2. So which means simplicity, we still come back to x to the power of 2 minus 5x minus 6 is equals to 0. Good. Now, there's this method that I introduced this year and also from last year, saying that we have 3 terms here: term 1, term 2, term 3. The first term, make sure the coefficient of x squared is 1. If there's no number, it's 1. Then what does it tell you? It tells you we have to open 2 brackets, and it means for every bracket it must have x on it. Good, equals to 0. Then, which means we are done with this part. Term number 1 we have done with 2. So term number 1. On term number 2, we don't take it with the variable x. No, we only take it with, let me work on this side. We only take it with the sign, which is negative 5. And then I used to call it a target. It's a target. And then on the last term, which is negative 6, I will take negative 6. We call it the number to be what? To be factorized. Now, the first thing, the learners must give the prime factors or all the factors of negative 6. They can use the plus method or however any method they could. But what I advise learners scoring, let's start. We have negative 1 multiplied by 6. We don't just say 6. We have to say plus 6. We take it with its sign. So we can see this thing is negative 6 multiplied by plus 1. That's the first factor. The second factor, we are having negative 2 multiplied by plus 3, and also negative 3 multiplied by plus 2. These are all the possible factors that can give us negative 6. Now, the next step, we remove multiplication. So when we remove multiplication, we'll be left with negative 1 plus 6, negative 6 plus 1, negative 2 plus 3, negative 3 plus 2. Then let's see all of these 4 factors that can give us negative 5. The first one is negative 1. This one gives us plus 5, which is out. The second one is negative 6 plus 1, which this one gives us negative 5, which is the correct factor. So I don't have to go further because this is the possible chance I'm looking for. It's here. So what do I do after? I just take these numbers or these factors with their own sign the way they are, and then I put them on each and every bracket. That's the factors. Then what do? Then we state that say x negative 6 is equals to 0, or x plus 1 is equals to 0. Therefore, taking negative to the other side multiplied by negative, then we have x is equals to positive 6, or taking positive 1 to the other side multiplied by negative, we'll have x is equals to negative 1. These are the 2 factors of x squared minus 5x minus 6 equals to 0 when we had solved for x. Okay, let's look at the last one. The last one says that this one might look complicating, but it is not. There are a lot of several methods we can use on this one, but I will advise you to use the one that you understand, because sometimes they say there are a lot of ways of killing a cat. So let's just find the possible one Because we realize that most of the learners in examination, if this question comes, say solve for X, they will leave it behind. They won't do it. They will just leave it behind, which is showing that learners are not willing to work, or they don't have the skill or all the possible chances of answering the question. Okay, let's see. The first thing here we can do is to cross multiply using this method. This one times this one, this one times this one, this one times this one minus this one times this one, divide by this one times this one. Or the second method, we can just multiply everything by this one and also this one, the denominator. Let's see. I will have x plus 2. I will introduce the bracket, multiply by 3 and also multiply by 4. You see, I remove what? I remove, okay, even if I don't, okay, I'll put 3 like this one, minus, and then I will have into brackets 4 and 3 divided by, then it's equals to 0 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4. Then this one divided by this one, then we will remain with 4 into brackets x plus 2 minus this one divided by this one will remain with 3 in the brackets x minus 3. Then it's equals to everything multiplied by 0 is 0. So I don't have a space. I'll make sure I scrutinize everything here. So this one times this one is going to give us 4x. Then this one times 4 times 2 is going to give us plus 8 minus 3 times x is negative 3x. Negative 3 times plus 3 is plus 9 is equals to 0. Then I will group the like terms together. I will have 3x plus 4x, which will give me 7x. Then I will have 8 plus 9, which will give me 17. Then I will, not this one. This one is not 7. Sorry, it's 4x minus 3, which will give us an x. 8 plus, it gives us 17. Then it's equals to 0. Then I will take plus 17 to the other side. I will have x is equals to negative 17. You see, it's not quite difficult. And that's how we break it down. Thank you very much. This gives us the list of questions. So we'll go to the other part. Please stay tuned and wait for the other video.